The stranger who kept coming back. There are places in this world that don't appear on maps. Places that don't ask where you've been or how long you've carried the weight you carry. Sometimes they simply arrive. Tonight, along the rugged, salt wind cliffs of Nova Scotia, where the Atlantic gnaws at the rocks and fog wraps the lighthouse in silver, the Lion's Tavern has appeared. Not built by hands, not tied to a single place, it travels worlds and comes when it is needed the most. Some say it chooses who finds it. Others say it knows when a heart is ready. And perhaps both of those things are true. Tonight you will step inside to a place where old wounds can be seen and perhaps finally begin to heal. So welcome, traveler, to the Lion's Tavern. Act 1. The Return of the Familiar Stranger. I heard the door creak, and then the dampness of water on the ground. His quiet footsteps. Evening, friend. You look like you've carried more than the Atlantic out there. Come, sit. The fire is warm. Maybe it can take some of the weight from your shoulders tonight. Here, have some tea. This particular blend is called Elder Mist Hush Leaf. It is a quiet silver brown brew, said to remember the words you never spoke. It doesn't just warm your hands, it warms the honesty you've been keeping from yourself. He didn't drink immediately. He simply stared into the cup. The steam curled like smoke drifting towards the ceiling. I don't even know if I can face this, or if I can even remember why I came here. Now, you don't need to face it all at once, I told him. Not tonight. Sometimes the first step is just sitting. Letting the fire remind you that warmth exists, even in cold places. The traveler slowly set his hands around the cup, letting the heat seep in. He breathed deeply, feeling the weight shift ever so slightly. I think I've been running from myself, from the things that I did, the words I didn't say, the people I hurt. I thought if I ignored it, it would disappear. Old wounds rarely disappear. They wait quietly for a moment when you are ready to notice them. Some wounds speak softly. Some are almost invisible, but they all need to be seen eventually. He gazed into the fire and then turned to me. I've come back here again and again, not because I thought I would find answers, but because this place feels like it remembers me, like it knows me, even when I don't. I nodded. That's the way of the tavern. It travels worlds, but it always finds the people who need it most. Not to give answers and not to judge, but to let you sit and finally let the parts of yourself you've hidden breathe. The traveler finally takes a small sip of the tea. His shoulders relax slightly. A flicker of recognition passes over his face. I think I live here now. I smiled at him. Then perhaps tonight you will begin the first step of living with all of you. Act 2. Facing what was left behind. The tavern hums softly. Fire crackles. Lanterns glow golden against the dark wooden beams. Outside, fog drifts over the cliffs, mixing with the faint scent of salt water and mist. Some wounds whisper, some scream, some sit quietly in the corners of your mind, shadows you've learned to avoid. When the traveler spoke, he spoke softly, quietly. I've carried so many things, things I can't even name, moments I wish I could undo, people I hurt just by being afraid, by hiding, by walking away. So I told him, carrying things alone doesn't make you stronger, it makes you heavier. But acknowledgement, even a whisper of it, can be the first step toward letting things go. The traveler glanced at the door, then back at the fire. I've tried to forget. I've tried to move on, but it feels like the past is stitched into me. Trauma doesn't disappear because we want it to. It waits patiently until we are ready to face it. The tavern doesn't demand that you confront it all tonight. It simply gives you a space to breathe, to look, to allow yourself to feel what you've hidden so long. The traveler's eyes watered slightly. He breathes deeply, the room warm and safe around him. And when he spoke, his voice broke. I was never brave enough to face these things. Bravery isn't loud, I told him. Sometimes it's simply showing up, even here, even now. But I was angry, angry at myself, angry at the world, angry at people I loved. Anger is a sign you cared. It is human. Sit with it, and it will show you the path forward. The traveler lifted the elder-mist tea to his lips, taking a slow, deliberate sip. Steam rose like a ghost of something familiar. And for the moment, he simply sat, not running, not hiding, just present. For the first time in a long time, he allowed the weight of old wounds to exist, and in that presence he began to soften. I think I'm ready to see them, all of it. Then let them speak and listen, and even the parts you thought were lost may return. Act 3. The healing begins. The tavern is quiet in the morning. Soft light filters through the windows. The fire burns steady, filling the room with warmth. The traveler sits with his cup of tea. He exhaled. I've carried this weight for so long, thinking I had to handle it all on my own, thinking I couldn't show anyone what I felt. But sitting here, well, it feels different. I don't feel as small. I don't feel as heavy. I nodded. It's okay to take things slowly. Healing doesn't happen in a rush, my friend. It happens in a series of small moments, acknowledging the past, allowing yourself to feel, and just being here. The traveler looked down at the tea. I thought the past would always define me. I thought my mistakes, the things I avoided, would follow me forever. But maybe they don't have to. Maybe I can carry them without letting them weigh me down. That is the start, my friend. Not fixing everything, not having all the answers, just letting yourself sit with it, letting yourself be present. The traveler took another long, slow sip of tea. I was afraid to be seen, afraid that if someone really looked at me, they'd only see my flaws. I looked at him gently and smiled. Being seen isn't being judged. It can mean being misunderstood, even if it's just by yourself. So he put the tea down for a final time. I don't need answers tonight. I don't need closure. I just need to notice it, to notice myself again. So I nodded. That noticing, that's the beginning. That's the first step. And sometimes that is enough for one day. He stood. He seemed more full, more composed, and he wanted to make one final gesture to the tavern. I can start from here, slowly, carefully, without pretending I'm unbroken. Now, healing, my friend, doesn't need a moment of grandeur. It begins in quiet spaces, in small acknowledgments, and allowing yourself to simply exist. Thank you for watching another video and about this topic. I was going through stuff, and I think that all humans have traumas of one sort or another that we carry through our lives. And that's what this video was about, was the traumas and the weight that we sometimes carry into the present day. And in some spaces, it hit a little too close to home, but I think that's the way of life. It reminds us of things that sometimes weigh on us and sometimes we need to fix within ourselves. I just wanted to say thank you for being here and for watching this. It means the world to me that you did that. So, until the next time I see you, my friend, take care, be well, and thank you. Thank you for stopping by the tavern tonight or today or whatever it is for you. But thank you for being here. That's the important part. Take care for now, and I will see you soon. Goodbye.